Do you ever get tired of winning at Blood Bowl? Do you want to be guaranteed to lose because your friend is a noob and you need to build your self-confidence? Or maybe you were just one of those glorious bastards who mains the bong cloud opening in chess and enjoy the rush of absolutely crushing someone with definitively inferior strategy? Well, my friend, I'm sorry to say this is not a halfling video. Instead, we're going to play a different stunty team. A stunty team that cheats. Imagine, some dude online sits through the long-ass queue time just so you to get paired up against a Goblin team. You thought they got to play football? Boy, sit your ass down and piss the computer chair because your superstar blitzer with every overpowered skill in the game is still not immune to good old-fashioned ref bribes and chainsaws! Rum-dum-dum! Welcome to Fumbled Guide to Blood Bowl. They're one of the few teams in Blood Bowl designed to be terrible, because Blood Bowl focuses on being a fun game to play instead of actually being balanced. Playing Goblins, you should expect to lose every game, but with enough determination, strategy, and luck, you can still lose and make your opponent's dugout look like this. Goblins on a Goblin team are the same as the ones on the Orc team, scrawny weaklings with dodge and stunty. Stunty being the skill that allows you to dodge through people instead of away from them without incurring any penalties to the dodge roll, with dodge allowing you to freely reroll your dodge rolls, which will almost always be a 3-up because of the aforementioned stunty. Also have access to 2 trolls, which are specifically trained since their loner only bones them over on a 3-up instead of a 4-up, making them the most valuable players on the team and the only ones likely to level up without getting fired to save team value. And of course, the main gimmick of the Goblin team is that they have positionals that sneak secret weapons onto the pitch. You have a Chainsaw Goblin, a Goblin with Came like Wrecking Ball, a Chainsaw Goblin, a Goblin Terrorist, a Chainsaw Goblin, and of course, a Goblin with a fucking chainsaw. In case you couldn't tell, the chainsaw is my favorite secret weapon. It functions like a stab skill, but with a +3 to the armor breaking rolls, and a +3 to break armor when fouling, with the only downside being that if you fail up 2-up roll, the kickback accidentally causes the loony to go splat. The downside of secret weapons is that at the end of the drive, any secret weapons you fielded get ejected by the ref for the rest of the game unless you roll a nearly impossible argument check or bribe the ref. Yes, in Blood Bowl, bribing the refs to keep your chainsaw wielding maniac on the board with just a little bit longer is an actual game mechanic. Speaking of bribery, as a Goblin team working with a Goblin ref, you get a 50% discount on bribes, which Goblins really need in order to be semi-usable, so keeping the team value low for that sweet inducement cash is crucial. As for other positionals that aren't weapon users, you have a Goblin on the pogo stick that gives them extra movement and a 2-square leap at the cost of the troll being unable to eat him across the field. You have the Doom Diver that sacrificed his dodge skill to have good directional control after being thrown by a troll. Probably the worst one if I had to pick, especially because for some reason my trolls keep trying to eat him every time he gets thrown. And then there's the Hooligan to distract enemies from passing good and score some extra dirty fouls. Give this idiot sneaky get ASAP. Eventually, if you go Goblin mode long enough, you become addicted to the Goblin team playstyle and never play an S-tier team again. So in a way, Goblins are one of the best designed teams in Blood Bowl for their purpose. When you've lost 3-0, but your opponent has at least one important dead player, you have won. Sometimes you get lucky enough, you can even set a team so far back in the number of dead players, they need to completely rebuild their team from the ground up. And if that happens, then you really won the game at that point. So go forth, rev up your chainsaws, swing that Miley Cyrus reference, and chuck those little green fungus men directly at the enemy ball carrier.